Hello, my beautiful, beautiful divas. Today's video is a little different because your queen, your divalicious queen, got hurt. Yes, it can happen even to the most perfect people. I know, it's shocking, shocked me as well. I'm alone. I don't like being alone. I don't like being alone because I'm an extremely emotional person, and when I'm alone it's really heightened, and I'm always doing stuff to try to not think and to distract myself because I don't like the person that I am when I'm emotional. I don't like that version of myself, and to be quite honest, I'm quite scared of that version of myself. I'm very unstable and I'm just not safe for myself. So I always try not to think, and I try to distract myself with a lot of things. But today, I don't know, I've just been sitting in silence and I want to talk. So just kind of wanted to talk about healing and my experience on it, in the sense of what I think is the best way to heal when you're dealing with a breakup or any sort of romantic separation. It's difficult, it's horrible, it sucks, and that's how it's always going to be in the beginning. It is going to feel like your world has stopped. It's gonna feel like there's no reason to do anything anymore. It genuinely feels like the world stops and everything you thought was important doesn't feel important anymore, and your brain is fully occupied with that one person, and the heaviness on your chest when you think about them and think about the fact that you're not gonna have them anymore is horrible. It is the kind, it feels like a death of a person, because in a way it is. It's the death of a person that you thought you knew, and it's a death of a version of your life that isn't gonna happen anymore. And it's very hard to wrap your head around, and a lot of times we don't want to, so we do other things like drink and get mad and drugs and try to fill that hole with whatever we can. That's all normal. That's part of the process of healing. And I think your body just goes into such a state of shock that it doesn't know what to do, and it sort of turns on panic mode, and you try to grasp onto anything you can get to try to forget or distract yourself from the pain that you're feeling. And I've gone through quite a few heartbreaks, and they're awful, and they take over every part of your body. But what I have noticed, I'm not saying I've lived, so wise, whatever. I'm only 19. I'm soon to be 20 in 2 months. Woo. And a lot of times when I tell people that I'm 19 and that I'm hurt and I'm heartbroken, they always tell me that I'm so young and I have so much still to come for me. And that's true. I am young. And there is a lot that's still gonna come for me. But that doesn't disregard how I feel now. And when you are young and growing up, your emotions and what you feel is such a big part of you. And it takes over everything. And those heartbreaks when you are growing up, when you're a teenager, are horrible. My first few ones, I really thought were gonna be the end of it for me. I mean, they were horrible. I couldn't function. I couldn't do anything. And the more relationships I got in, and the more heartbreaks I had, I have learned over time how to deal with it better and better. And if this video does anything, if it just helps to relax and calm one person or help somebody who's trying to heal and doesn't know how, especially if there are someone watching that's like 14, 15 going through their first heartbreak, that was the most difficult time for me. And if this helps you, because God, I wish I could talk to my 14-year-old self, then it's all good for me. My horrible experience and pain taught me so much that it's what helps me now to heal in a healthier, much healthier way than I did when I was younger and I was first dealing with heartbreak. First of all, again, it's to acknowledge the pain and to feel the pain. You don't want to push what you're feeling away, because it's just going to get bottled up and it's going to come out later. You are allowed to feel sad. You're allowed to feel disappointed. You are allowed to grieve the relationship that you had or thought you were going to have. But you can't get stuck there. And that's the hardest part, is getting out. And sometimes I feel like you won't get out. But what always comforts me is I think about all of the women in my life and around the world who have felt the exact same, and they made it out and they got better, and you're gonna be fine. It doesn't feel like it, but you are going to be fine. A person that is meant for you will never, ever hurt you in that way. The universe never, ever removes somebody from your life that is meant to be there. We are all living different lives with different perspectives, different everything, and we learn from each other. And one day we find somebody that we do want to spend our life with. But the person you spend your life with is not going to hurt you. The person that is meant for you is not going to make you sit in your room and sob. They're not going to yell at you. They're not going to be disrespectful towards you. And think about, even if it did work, is that really how you want to spend the rest of your life? Is that how you want to feel? Always? I know that you can feel so stuck, not knowing how to get rid of all of those feelings. And as cliche as it is, 1,000,000%, time is the best thing. And to also understand what is happening. It is a psychological fact that when we lose somebody, like in a breakup, our mind goes into a state of shock and panic, and it forces us to remember all of the good moments with somebody. What you have to do is fight back to this process and think about all of the bad times. You have to remember exactly how you felt at those low moments with that person. What helped me a lot, because I was going back and in and out with somebody for about 2 years when I was growing up, and it was extremely horrible relationship. It was draining the absolute life out of me. And we could never stay apart. We kept coming back. And then finally, I cut it and I made a list. Because I knew what my brain was going to do. My brain was going to force to think about all the good things. No, you won't find somebody like him. You're meant for each other. Yes, there's this, but da-da-da-da-da. And I knew I can't do it anymore. Why am I spending these great young years of my life feeling drained by somebody else? Why am I letting my life get ruined and drained by another person? Your life is the most special thing that you have. You don't let anybody take that from you. And what you can do is, if you're trying to break it off with somebody, is make a list of all of the bad things that they have done. And once you call them or text them or see them and break it off with them, you just look at the list. And remember everything that this person did to you. And there is no time on healing. Somebody could heal from a breakup in a week. Somebody could heal in 2 years, and it's exhausting. And I understand not wanting to go through that. But it's a part of life. Breakups and the falling out of romantic relationships, it's a part of life. And you have to embrace the process of healing. And it's messy and it's painful, but it's so important. So don't ever think, oh my God, like I still feel like, why do I still feel like this if it's been a year? Why do I still feel so horrible? There is no time. There is no schedule. Healing is not linear. You're gonna have bad days and you're gonna have good days, but you just keep going. And I promise you, it doesn't feel like it. I'm going through the process right now as well. One day, it's just gonna click. And that freedom of when you've moved on, that feeling, I mean, it's gonna be the most free that you're gonna feel. I remember when I was 14 and I had my first relationship where I thought I just loved the guy. That guy, when I was 14, treated me horribly. And I stuck around for a while. It was horrible. It was the first time I was ever attached to somebody in that way. And after months and months, I think it was about a year, that I was trying to heal from it in very bad ways, but I was trying to heal from it. And one day it just clicked for me that he was such an asshole. He was so mean. What was I doing? I was just sitting there every day, not eating, not sleeping, sobbing every day, ruining my body, my skin. For what? You know? He was so mean. And he didn't care about me at all. And it just clicked for me, and I was like, what am I doing? And every bit of light that I have is just being dimmed for some guy who doesn't see me the way that I see myself, and that's fine. Maybe you don't see yourself like that yet. I spent almost my entire life up to now hating myself, hating everything. I hated the person that I was. I hated how I looked. I hated everything. And that's a whole different thing. That's another thing that is gonna come with time. And the most important thing there is you need to treat yourself as somebody that you love. Even if you hate yourself, even if you think this and this and this about yourself, imagine your best friend coming to you and saying, I feel ugly. Would you tell her or tell them, yeah, you do. You look ugly? Of course you wouldn't. So when you look at yourself and you think, I look fucking ugly, I look so ugly, you have to respond the same way that you would respond to your best friend or your sister or your brother, whoever is in your life that you love. And you need to talk to yourself as if you are a person in your life that you love. And eventually, you will. You will love yourself. I am at a place in my life right now where I have never ever loved myself more, which is crazy because I spent my whole life hating myself. And right now, I have never loved myself more. I think that I am so full of life, and I have so much life and love to give, and I think that I think I have such a good heart, and I love myself. But that comes with time as well. Just remember who you are and never let another person make you feel any less about yourself. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but this is really important and it helps me a lot. Let's say you are in a relationship, you're going through a tough situation, and you don't know what to do, or you realize you're in a fucking shit situation, or you don't. You're like, oh, I kind of feel like what he did was wrong, but you know, maybe, I don't know, because he did say this and this. It is really hard to try to understand what to do when you are the person in question. So what I like to do is imagine, again, somebody that you love, your best friend, your brother, your sister, your sibling, coming to you with the exact same problem. Let's say the problem was, my boyfriend went out, didn't text me for 2 days, and then when I just simply asked him what happened, he yelled at me for 20 minutes. and you're kind of in a position, oh, I don't know, because he was stressed, maybe it was okay they yelled at me, his friends are coming from out of town, your mind tries to make excuses because you are the person in question, and you are the person who is attracted to the person you're having an issue with. It's going to be very hard for you to think clearly. So what you need to do is imagine that your best friend came to you with this exact problem, 2 days, and what advice would you tell your friend or whoever is a person in your life that you love? What advice would you give them? And then you need to take it. You need to take that advice. Take yourself completely out of the equation. Think about it from that perspective, and then you take that advice. No matter if it's painful, if you're like, you know what, no, he had no right to I would tell my boyfriend, my whatever, this and this and this, you deserve to this and that. Take that advice. Nobody is going to respect you if you do not respect yourself and your boundaries. Nobody is gonna love or appreciate you if you do not love and appreciate yourself. When you hate yourself and you don't respect yourself, that is gonna flood into every aspect of your life, and nobody is going to treat you the way that you deserve to be treated if you do not think that you deserve it yourself. Again, healing is not linear. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be fucking shit. It's gonna be difficult. But it will pass. There's no time frame of when. And sometimes it will feel like you're going backwards, but it will pass. And you will be fine. You've loved before, and you will love again. The way that you felt about that person, you will feel with somebody again. And I know it feels painful, and you don't want to experience that, but you have to hold yourself to a higher standard and realize that you deserve so much more than what you're getting. Surround yourself with people that you love and people that love you during the healing process, and take it day by day. If you're a person that doesn't have a good relationship with family or a good relationship with friends, I also a lot of times find comfort in people online, like certain YouTubers or people talking about similar experiences that I'm feeling. It makes me feel less alone, and it makes me feel good knowing that people have been in the exact same space as me and they made it out and they're fine, because I will make it out and I will be fine. No matter how much it doesn't feel like it in the moment, I will be fine, and you will be fine too. Okay. I hope something that I said helped somebody somewhere, and you're the most important person in your life. Everybody else comes second after you. Your emotions and your life and your happiness are the most important things to you. Obviously, don't go around hurting people in the process just to get what you want, but prioritize yourself and your needs. And if your needs aren't being met, there's 1,000 other people, thousands, millions of other people who would do anything to meet those needs for you. Stay strong, and it will get better. I promise. Goodbye, my beautiful divas. I love you all so much. You have the most wonderful, amazing day. I feel like a yoga mom right now. My mom's a yoga mom, but I feel like a yoga, just so like zen. Okay? Bye. Love you.